Bruce Lee is often hailed as one of the most influential figures in the history of martial arts, and his revolutionary techniques forever changed the landscape of combat sports. While Bruce Lee is celebrated as a martial artist, actor, and philosopher, his true legacy lies in how he broke down the barriers between different fighting styles and introduced concepts that are now fundamental to modern combat sports. In the 1960s, when martial arts were often compartmentalized into distinct schools, each with its own rigid techniques and philosophies, Bruce Lee challenged the status quo. He saw the limitations in sticking to a single style and began advocating for an integrated approach to combat. His core belief was that martial artists should adopt techniques from various disciplines, ensuring they were well-rounded and adaptable. This philosophy eventually gave rise to his own martial arts system, Jeet Kune Do. One of the key concepts Lee introduced was the idea of economy of motion. He believed that the shortest and most direct path was the most efficient, and this principle was reflected in his fighting techniques. Rather than relying on extravagant moves or drawn-out combinations, Lee emphasized simplicity, speed, and effectiveness. His approach was practical, aimed at ending fights quickly, which resonated with many in the martial arts world. Lee's philosophy of using no way as way encouraged martial artists to remain open to learning and evolving. He advocated for cross-training, a concept that would eventually become a cornerstone of modern combat sports like mixed martial arts (MMA). Lee himself trained in boxing, fencing, and grappling, in addition to his foundational art of Wing Chun, combining techniques that worked in real-world combat scenarios. This approach foreshadowed the rise of MMA decades later, where fighters would need proficiency in striking, grappling, and ground fighting to be successful. Another groundbreaking aspect of Bruce Lee's influence on combat sports was his focus on physical conditioning at a time when many martial artists emphasized skill over physical fitness. Lee was one of the first to integrate rigorous fitness regimens into his training. His intense workouts, which included strength training, cardiovascular conditioning, and flexibility exercises, set the standard for modern fighters. Today, athletes across all combat sports from MMA to boxing understand the importance of total body fitness, a principle that Lee championed long before it became mainstream. Perhaps one of Lee's most enduring contributions to combat sports was his emphasis on mental agility. Lee viewed martial arts not only as a physical discipline, but as a mental and philosophical practice. His concept of being like water symbolized adaptability and fluidity in both thought and action. In combat sports, where a fighter must think quickly and adapt to changing circumstances in the ring or octagon, Lee's teachings on mental clarity,